Welcome to the lab, ladies and gents. I'm Al. This is Marcus. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Chilling like a villain.
Just want to remind our subscribers to check out music by NISH, the producer of that intro track we have. It's called Trap Sex.
That awesome track.
Yeah, awesome track. You can find his music on YouTube, SoundCloud. I'm sorry. I'm praying just malfunctioned right there.
It's up on our page.
Yeah,
so
you can find it on YouTube, SoundCloud. His name is NISH, NISH. Check out his music. Great stuff. So what's going on, brother?
Right on. Not much, man. Did you check out the UFC this past weekend, or did you miss
I
out?
missed out, but I heard I didn't miss much.
Like, for one, it started at 10 o'clock, so I was assuming that the main card started at 10, but it was actually the prelims that started at 10. Unless I caught it late, I don't know. But either way, I was up till 3:30 in the damn morning.
Wow.
Only to be disappointed. Like, the Black Beast was fighting, that's my dog. My man he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just like the way he puts people to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude Spivac that he fought literally just tossed him around like a rag dog, and like slapped him up. It was embarrassing. Every time the Beast stood up, he got put right back down. It was as if like he had no takedown defense, none whatsoever.
Wow.
I was pissed. I was pissed.
Jeez.
I was just like, thank God this isn't a pay-per-view, because I probably would have been even more angry.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't sleep anyway, so being up that late, I was like, oh man, I could have been watching something else.
Yeah, sure.
But my God. I think we got a clip. You can see the way he gets tossed around like
Yeah, I need to see this.
like a little rag doll. Yeah.
I gotta see this.
Hey, look at this big fella coming down here. And I think the Beast was an underdog in this fight too,
Really?
which was kind of surprising. But the cat he was fighting was younger than him by like 10 years or so.
I don't know,
And
man.
man, let me tell you, man,
I like Derrick Lewis a lot. It's just sometimes this fight's underwhelmed, though.
yeah. But then his knockouts be,
They're spectacular.
oh,
Oh,
man.
wow, this dude's just as big as him, though.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So look at this. Has him wrapped up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That was
Boom,
bad.
down. But then look, he'll work his way back up. He'll get smacked up a little bit, rolled around. He'll work his way back up, but as soon as he works his way back up, gets dragged right back down. That actually went down pretty quick.
Wow.
Yeah, so he got choked out.
Wow.
Got tossed around like a rag doll and got choked out.
That's right. It looked like he was out of gas.
So yes.
Which is crazy because the fight where it just started was the first round submission, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was at, it was first round super. I wouldn't say he was out of gas. He just couldn't do anything with the dude. He couldn't do anything to defend himself. I don't even think Derrick threw a punch.
Wow.
I don't think he was able to throw a punch.
Wow.
And he just got manhandled.
That's rough.
All the other fights on the card, like, truthfully, I'm not going to lie, outside of the Korean kid, Do Choi, coming back, that was a draw. The rest of them, I really didn't care for. So, moving on. Super Bowl weekend.
Excited.
Now, you know what? Before we go into that, let's go into some of this shit that I've been hearing on TikTok.
Sure.
I know you're not on TikTok, so I'm just going to ask you. what is your take, or do you think the NFL is scripted? I'll just come out right with it.
I've been seeing that a lot too. I have been seeing that on Instagram, on YouTube. And I really don't think it is.
Because here's the thing. I don't know if these players are just bitter.
I think they're trolling, man. I honestly feel like the NFL players are trolling the world right now.
I don't know, man, because there's one, the running back, the former running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, Larry Johnson.
Yes.
I've seen a couple of clips of his on TikTok, and since that last clip of his, I haven't seen him on TikTok since. But he's talked about how they're trying to take him out.
Who is?
He's come.
Them?
The Kansas City owners, the NFL. This is all alleged. This is not me. This is all alleged. But he's talked about how he's like come out, and I don't know the particulars, but I know he said he's come out and talked shit about the NFL and Kansas City in particular. And all of a sudden, after he's talked all that shit, they want to give him some kind of award and invite him to a game. And he's like, this is usually how they unalive people. They get you to come out, and they know he likes to drink. So he knows that they would set him up. I mean, you see all these stories going around.
I see, I've seen a lot of the NFL scripted, and a lot of the current players are like playing along with it. I have a hard time believing it, because considering what these guys are putting their bodies through, that's just, I mean, I know they're making fantastic money to do it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. But I mean, I can't just completely dismiss it either. Like, I won't say outright, oh, there's no way it could be. If that idea is even floating in the universe, like, it's just
I get how they're, what they're putting their bodies through, but they're saying what they're doing is like, telling organizations that, hey, for example, if they have an all-star running back, well, we don't want him rushing over this amount of yards during the game. So, they'll find ways to take them out of the game. You'll see where the refs get more involved than they're supposed to. Situations like that, So it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, as crooked as the NBA is and the referees in the NBA, I would not be surprised if this was scripted. Now, they're saying that the script leaked, and they got the Eagles beating Kansas City handily.
That's what I keep saying.
So
I keep saying that
we'll see.
The prediction is that Philly's gonna win pretty convincingly. I have a hard time believing that, because
I
remember what happened in Tampa a couple of years ago, but that Chiefs offensive line was decimated. This one is fantastic.
And Patrick was hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hurt now.
Yeah.
But the offensive line is healthy.
And they're fantastic too. Like, Creed Humphrey is one of the best centers in the league. Like, I think the weak link on the line is the right tackle. And Hassan Reddick has gone crazy this season. So, like, that's going to be a problem. But I kind of feel like I'm not going to bet against Patrick Mahomes in a moment like this, especially what happened in Tampa. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to bet against them. And with respect to Philly, I think they're a great team. Fuck the Eagles, but I think they're a great team. And I wouldn't be completely shocked if they won this game. But to say that they're going to blow them out, like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't really see it. Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, now, they might not have all their receivers, so I don't know what the situation is there. I do know Edwards-Helaire has been activated.
Yes.
Hardman is on the injured reserve.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I don't know if Juju's back.
I think Juju's got a good shot to play. Him and Kadarius Toney, I think they have good shots to play. McCall Hardman,
I wouldn't.
McCall Hardman, I wouldn't
put my stock on Kadarius.
That's true. But hey, you see what MVS did. Give him the chance, man. I think he can get busy too. You know, Marquez Valdez Scantling. He had him a
Oh,
game.
yes, yes,
Yeah, he had a
yes.
game last was it not last week, the week before. Like, he had a pretty great game. They needed it. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's supposed to be a deep threat.
and you think about like what Philly's done this year. Like, yes, they've been dominant, but they haven't seen an animal like Patrick Mahomes. They have not seen
No.
anything like that this season. And the last time they did see it,
And what hurts
it was
me,
bad.
is that Patrick's hurt.
I think
I
he'll be
just wish
fine
Patrick
though.
was 100%.
I think he'll be
Yeah, I
fine.
know, but I mean,
That dude is tough,
100%
man.
Patrick.
Pat is tough.
Yeah, he
You
is.
remember when his knee got dislocated? He missed like a week or two. Like that usually put dudes out for a month or so, couple months. Like that dude's tough, man.
Yeah, I'm still saying no. 100% Patrick Mahomes is way better, way
That's
more
true.
dangerous.
But he's had a couple of weeks to rest that ankle. He came back in the game, he got hurt, and like he was lights out. So hey, I think he'll be
You see
all right.
that Philly defensive line, man. Reddick likes to hurt people. You see what he did to Purdy. He likes to hurt people. I don't even, I think he's doing this on purpose. You know?
Hey, that's not a bad
Reddick
take,
is his
man.
name, right? Reddick is his last name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I read
Yeah,
it.
fuck
Yeah.
you, big fella.
Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
bad take, man.
I'm saying that behind my camera.
I mean, I'll say that though. Philly's defense is solid, but I don't know. I'm kind of on that. I think that they haven't really. I'm not gonna say they haven't been tested because that's not the right. It's not the right way to say that. They just haven't seen anything like what Kansas City can potentially throw at them, and they
Mhm.
still don't have anybody on that defense that can cover Travis Kelce. There's nobody on that
No.
defense that can cover him. As good as that
They're
defense
gonna have
is,
to double him up.
yeah, and that's gonna leave somebody else.
Now that's
to
where
get
I'm
busy.
hoping it opens up. That's where I'm hoping the other guys get busy.
Mhm.
'Cause you know they're gonna have to double Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
So Marquez is gonna have to get. He's gonna have. Is it Marquez? Is that his first name?
I think it's Marquez or Marquez. It's,
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll just say Scantling.
Yeah, I just call him MVS, no disrespect. Sorry.
Hey, we'll just call him Scantling.
Yeah.
Scantling needs to play big. They need to run the ball.
I think Isaiah Pacheco could have a monster game. If they
He
decide to
needs
do
to
that,
have a monster game.
because I feel like if Kansas City keeps them honest and actually runs the ball, and you get the play action working, Travis Kelce and the play
Because,
action,
dude, Reddick is a monster,
he
man.
really is.
Reddick is a monster.
He really is. He's been wrecking shit all season. Yeah. Fletcher Cox. They got Ndamukong Suh on that team. I forget that he's there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he's
A dirty bastard.
he's got a history of doing
Now
unsavory
he's
things.
not as dirty as what's his name? Burfict.
Oh, Vontaze
They used to play for
Burfict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was ridiculous though.
Burfict was a
Yeah.
Burfict was a Mike.
Yeah, he was filthy. And he would just do the dumbest shit too.
He should have got locked up for some of the shit he did.
Bro,
Straight up.
he's the reason Antonio Brown's the way he is right now, in my opinion.
I'm not surprised.
Because Antonio Brown,
I'm not
he hasn't been
surprised.
the same since a hit he took. Like he hit him, laid him out over the middle in that playoff game. Antonio Brown ain't been the same
Yeah.
since then. So, hey man, CT is real.
You know who hasn't been the same too?
Who?
And she doesn't even play football. Pam Oliver. I don't know if you remember that time she was reporting on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what team was playing, but they were just throwing the ball around and she got beamed
Mm-hmm.
right on the side of the head with that football. Now, if you go back to when she was commentating before she got hit
Mm-hmm.
to now, you will notice a big difference.
That's true. That is true.
A big, big difference. Like she's like, I worry about her sometimes. And, some folks had the nerve to like make fun and say, oh, Pam Oliver is drinking on the sidelines and trying to commentate. Like, yo, man, you need to check your shit.
Mm-hmm.
She got hit. I can't remember who the quarterback was that
I feel like it was
I
a
mean,
Green
like,
Bay
dude, she
game.
got hit.
Like, I feel like she's always commentating Green Bay games. You know?
Because I don't know why I was either thinking Green Bay or Miami, but it was a strong-armed quarterback that beamed her on the side of the head,
Mm-hmm.
and she has not been the same
Mm-hmm.
since. She suffers migraines still, too.
I bet. Especially if you're not ready for something like that. These dudes got helmets on. They get hit in the head. It might,
Yeah.
it's a lot. So, hey, man.
Like, dude, I've been beamed in the head with a football, and that doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
But I got a hard head, so thankfully it caught me on the side.
That's
So
true.
I was all right. So, as long as it hits me, like, as long as contact is made here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, I'm a human being, I'm going to sleep. But this part of my head here is ridiculous. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've collided.
Yeah, it's true.
I've collided with you, and I've collided with our boy Unique. And you know what? You know what's funny? I collided with the two of you the same way. And the two of you fell back the same way and asked me the same question on the way down. Are you okay?
That's true. I was definitely concussed that day. I have to say.
But she, she's not good, man, and I hope she's all right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm surprised they still have her working, to be honest with you.
She's still one of the best, though. Even with the difference.
She puts in work, man.
She's a legend.
So with what we've said, who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
Kansas City, man. I love Patrick Mahomes.
I concur.
Love Patrick Mahomes. Love Travis Kelce. Love Andy Reid. Told you, I'm so happy. I was so happy when he finally left Philly.
When he finally got that first one?
That when he got his first one and when he left Philly, when he was out of Philly, because he was a thorn in our side forever. So I'm glad to see Andy Reid out the division. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got Kansas City winning. I think it'll be a tight one. Part of me feels like either team could get blown out, I think. Because I feel like the Chiefs' defense is a little bit underrated at this point. Because I don't see anybody talking about like what they're capable of doing and how
their front line is ridiculous too. So
as good as Philly's offense is, they don't have what Cincinnati has, and they held Cincinnati to 20. So I'm like, hey man, Chris Jones if he gets back there, Jalen's hurt too, and I've seen people at ESPN pointing this out. Like, Jalen hasn't had a great playoff run. I mean, they've won and they've been dominant because of everything else, but he hasn't been great. If this is on him to do this, I don't know that he can. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't. He's fantastic, but he hasn't like played.
He's got the weapons too.
Yeah, he's got them. But that Chiefs defense, I don't know, man. I think they're better than what is being advertised. I can see them making some big plays, and that's the way to beat Philly. Turn them over. If you can turn them over, you can. Because I don't know that Philly's built to like, if you punch them square in the face, like I don't know that they're gonna like withstand it, because they haven't done that this season. Like even the games they've lost. I'm not even counting the ones that Jalen was hurt, because Minshew to Jalen is a completely different thing. But the game they lost to Washington, like that was a tight one, Yeah.
But those divisional games are always tight though.
But Washington like played them a certain way and made them turn the ball over. And I feel like if you get into a shootout with Kansas City, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes against any quarterback in the league. And I love Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow would be the only other one I would think like maybe could like go, toss for toss with him. But
here's what I'm afraid of. Now, I believe Kansas City can spread the ball. I don't know if they can outright have a shootout. Primarily because they don't have a player like Tyreek Hill anymore. With a player like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, that dynamic is no longer there. So you're seeing them spread the ball now. instead of just going downtown like they used to, which
But that kind of
I
is a
don't
good
mind.
thing though, in a sense, because it kind of keeps you honest. Because like when Tyreek was
Yeah,
there, it's
yeah.
like we can blanket him and blanket Kelsey. Now do something. But when you got Juju, you got if McCole Hardman can play, good. If not, you still
No,
got
he's not gonna play.
yeah.
He's not gonna
But
play.
you still got MVS. Pacheco, I feel like is the X factor. I feel like
Yes.
even catching the ball out of the backfield, whatever, like I think he can be something dangerous because he's got that kind of Tyreek playmaking ability. Um, and then the other dude, like the backup tight end, Noah Gray's not bad. There's the other receiver, I can't remember who it is, but he's like somebody nobody's heard of, and he played pretty decent against Cincinnati. Like I don't know, like I feel like Patrick Mahomes is in that. He's in that in his bag in the sense that it's kind of like Brady all those years prior to Gronk, prior to Randy Moss. Is like I'm just gonna make plays. Like I'm gonna throw you open. I'm gonna put you in spots, and we're just gonna make like we're gonna make you make a mistake. You know, as good as Philly's secondary is, and Patrick likes to put the ball in danger sometimes, and they're opportunistic. So, like it could get crazy, but at the same time, it's like we've watched Kansas City go down by 20 some odd points and storm back. Like even if they are getting beat at some point, like that's why I remember the Tampa game, the Tampa Super Bowl. The whole game of thinking Kansas City gonna come back because that's just what they do. They didn't end up doing it, but I'm like, you the way like okay, perfect example, the way Philly did us, they ain't gonna do that to Kansas City because Kansas City
No,
got the
no, no,
they
no, no.
got the dudes to at least go get you a couple. My thing is
Yeah.
it's Kansas City's defense, and if they run the ball, I think they could do something special. Because the running the ball is
Pacheco
minus, you know?
they need to use Pacheco to soften up that front line. Because again, with Reddick doing what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
you need to beat him up and tire him out. You know, even if Pacheco's only getting 2-3 yards. You know what I've noticed Andy Reid do? He'll run the ball once with Pacheco,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll bring in McKinnon or who's the other guy?
Um, I know what you're talking about.
I forget.
Yeah, I can't remember his
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
it's like you're bringing in the little fellas now. Yeah, they're playing well, but again, you can still use Pacheco to soften everything up in the middle and open up that play action for Kelsey
Mm-hmm.
and some of these other guys. Or though when you have those smaller guys come in
And I just
because
believe
they
in
still
Pat,
those.
man. Like, I just believe in Patrick.
I do too,
I just
man.
believe in him.
I do too, and
If
I feel bad that I picked against him again. When it was
I
Cincy,
did too. But
but
remember what we said, though? We're like, our minds are saying Cincy, but our hearts are with Kansas City. Like,
well, Kansas City.
I want Pat to get him another one. But I would, like I said, I picked the AFC to win this Super Bowl from months ago. I'm like, whoever's coming out the AFC is going to be the one. I never believed in Buffalo like that. Like, I don't think Buffalo's bad by any means, but they got
Buffalo losing Dabo hurt. That was a big loss
yes,
for them.
and a big game for us. And Von Miller getting hurt, that really ruined their defense because they were leaning on him to
Mhm.
like make plays. But I'm riding with Kansas City, man. I'm riding with Kansas City.
Yeah, me too. I got them. I got Kansas City by 3.
Draft 30.
I have Kansas City by
That's kind of
3.
what I was thinking. I think it'll be a close one.
Now,
They're not gonna like run them off the field or anything.
before I forget, I want to address the Damar Hamlin thing. Our take on Damar Hamlin got taken down on TikTok, which is pretty stupid. We were just asking a fucking question. But either way, it appears that Damar Hamlin has made an appearance on camera. Now, if in fact that was Damar, I'm happy to see him.
Mhm.
Try to, why are you making me laugh? I'm trying to be serious here. Hey, look, I'm just saying with the internet, it's hard to say, it's hard to say. They got a white woman appearing to be a black woman. The things they can do with makeup and prosthetics and the internet and look, I'm just saying if in fact it was DeMar, I'm happy you came out and you made a statement.
Mhm.
I'm happy you're doing well.
Yes. Like you said,
If in fact,
if like, no jokes aside, like if I'm very happy that he's okay. If that and like you said, if that's like no BS, he's really doing well. Like I'm very happy to see that because what happened on that field, the way
yes.
that looked was fucking horrifying.
Uh,
So to see him, having his facilities about him and still, here, that's awesome. Very awesome.
Now, with all that being said, I still question the fact, I still question,
I will say this.
but
I'm not co-signing it, but I will say it was very weird the way that when he showed up to that playoff game, like how they had that, like how grainy the images were and why he was like covered up like that. Like I didn't understand that part either. And I was like, I feel like they're trolling us in a way because it's like, why do something that's gonna make people be like, well, why did you do that? Why is this way? You know what I mean?
and
Like why?
and when you look at the fella, that attended the game physically,
Mhm.
that wasn't DeMar, man.
He did look
That
kind
just
of
wasn't
small.
DeMar.
He did look a little small. DeMar's like a bigger guy. Like he more.
Not too much,
I mean, like more.
play, but that guy that was, yeah, the guy that they had playing him going to the game, that dude was a little stringy. DeMar's,
I don't know. I just say it. I don't know. Man. I hope he's okay. Like I said,
but I think it's convenient how that video came out, because I wasn't the only one saying that DeMar needs to come out and like let everybody know he's okay and blah 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 blah. So I was happy to see him come out. But again, if in fact that was him, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're doing well.
I've seen some people duet that tape
Mhm.
on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's
And
pretty
then
cool.
TikTok took it down, dude. I forget how many. I think it was like shit,
Did they say it was offensive?
18.
Did they say it was offensive content?
If they thought a question was offensive, like, well, TikTok's getting ready to get taken down anyway.
Is it?
So
That's back.
if they're gonna take down our videos just because of a question, like, dude, I think it was like over 18K. We had over like 18,000 views on our take about DeMar, and TikTok took it down.
Hey, you know what? Like you said, man. Hopefully, like everything's on the up and up. And
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would, I
But if
would,
it turns out that it wasn't you, man,
but that's what I'm saying, man.
I'm
Like
just
the ramifications of like what you're saying, like if that actually came to pass, that would be the craziest thing to ever happen in any sport ever. Like I
Mhm.
don't know that you can recover from something like that as a league. I don't know if the country could like deal with something like that, bro.
But you know what? I believe that football fans would be at an uproar for a day,
Until the
and then they'll
season
be
started back
right
up.
back to yeah, and they'll be right back to rooting for their team.
Was true.
They don't give. I mean, like, dude, look, Jerry Jones. I don't care. I'm not even gonna say a legend. The dude's a fucking racist.
Well,
Okay.
see, I seen that picture of him at the segregated school, and like I'm not I'm not gonna be as harsh as you are with it. I'm definitely understand where you're coming from though, so I'm not like you know dismissing what you're saying. My main issue is like why wouldn't you just come out and address it then? With this whole
Hmm.
like just like what we talked about before is like this superiority complex that these owners and some of these people has is like, oh, I'm above that. I don't have to answer for anything. It's like, dude, wow.
And at that particular time when that picture was taken,
Mm,
he wasn't just there to be like, oh, I just want to come check this out.
mhm.
You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing there.
Yeah.
So
He's got a history.
like
He's got a track record.
people just don't. Look at take the Deshaun Watson situation.
Mhm.
Look how much media coverage that got. Now, what he did was disgusting. Deshaun Watson is a disgusting human being. Let's just get that out there. Hands down, he's a disgusting human
Corny
being.
fella, man.
But the media ran his name through the mud.
Mhm.
Now you got some fat white boy offensive lineman on Philadelphia who kidnapped and raped a girl.
Mhm.
How much media coverage have you seen that get?
I seen a little bit of it on ESPN. Nothing much. Bro,
You don't see those bastards.
what about
You
Brett
don't see
Favre?
no. Yeah, exactly. Brett Favre stole millions
This dude's super rich.
from
Why he
folks.
stealing money?
And do you know Brett Favre? Brett Favre has the audacity. He's trying to sue Dr. Umar, that black psychologist
Mhm.
that I send you videos about. If you guys should check him out. He's pretty educational. You know, I enjoy his views on a lot of things, just not on who I should marry. Other than that, I respect everything that he has to say. But he's trying to sue Dr. Umar for slander. Like, motherfucker, you stole millions. You talking about you don't want somebody to run your name through the mud? You stole millions. But nobody's running his name through the mud.
No,
Nobody.
nobody talks about it. The only people I
This white boy raped.
is Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay.
Mhm.
I hear Uncle Shay talk about it all the time. So shout out to him because it doesn't seem fair.
At least somebody is.
It doesn't seem fair.
But nobody's saying anything about this offensive lineman for Philadelphia kidnapping and raping a girl. Because you know what? If he's white, it's all right.
Hey, man.
But Deshaun Watson, his name got ran through the mud.
Yeah.
Brian Flores, his name got ran through the mud. Now, rightfully so, when it comes to Deshaun Watson, he's a scumbag. But they did nothing. Dude, the Brett Favre thing, this dude, there's another one too that I can't remember.
Brett Favre, Jerry Jones. I don't hear nothing about
But, like, dude, it's just,
I mean, it's comical at this point, bro. But we already know
For
what
real.
that is. As a people, we know what that is. So it's not like a shocker. It's disappointing, but it's not a shocker.
so
Yeah.
again, if DeMar did in fact die, you know, again, this is just make pretend. If he did in fact, the NFL doesn't care because they know people are going to come back and watch. They don't give a damn. I mean, we know these guys are hurting themselves every time they get hit. Every time they get hit. Nothing you
True.
can do about the helmets they wear is going to help.
Well,
Every time they get hit is bad for them. Every time. We're still watching. I mean, you know, we're all guilty. You know, I love the game, and unfortunately, I mean, what are we going to do? Go to flag football?
hey, speaking of flag,
But-
did you watch the Pro Bowl? It's kind of compatible.
I watched the end of it, and if I'm not mistaken, flag football is going to be a part of the Olympics soon.
It
I
should
think
be.
I heard talk about that.
It should be. Flag football
So-
is an awesome game. It's fun.
I mean, for the sake of people's health,
Mhm.
I mean, flag football would be the way to go.
Granted, Jalen Ramsey didn't get that memo. The way he trucked Tyreek Hill out of battles.
I missed that.
I don't know
missed
why
that.
he trucked him like that, but hey,
I mean,
it looked like it
sometimes,
was
you
fun,
know-
though. It looked like they had fun out there. Mhm.
And that should be the thing for them, too.
Yeah, because it's an all-star game. Nobody should be going out here getting hurt and like risking themselves. Let's just go out there and have some fun. I like them doing it like a all-star weekend kind of thing, like the NBA does.
Mhm.
Like that's cool. Especially as physical as that game is, like they should have. For one, they need the recognition. So keeping the Pro Bowl like that matters because that matters career-wise, legacy-wise. And then like
Mhm.
they deserve that, you know? As much money as the NFL makes, like you should pamper your best players for a week in Vegas or Hawaii or whatever.
Absolutely.
Like you should take care of them that way. So
They should take him back to Hawaii. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Hawaii misses that money.
they need it too. Their economy needs it. You know? But I mean the Pro Bowl games look cool though this year. I think it's a good concept and something to build on. So I'm all for it.
I enjoyed it, but it's just, it's it's kind of saddening knowing that football is coming to an end.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
This is a great season, though.
once it's yeah, it was. It was. It was fun. It was fun.
We were
It was
playing
real
meaningful
fun.
games into January. Like, can't ask for much more as a fan of the game, you know?
That's what matters.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
And like, it's crazy, but for the first time, I think in a while, we're actually seeing the two best teams play in the Super Bowl. Like, legitimately, the two teams that have been the best throughout the year are in the game.
Now, I will say this, man. I think San Francisco should be there.
I see. I agree, but with the injuries, you know, being a part of it, I honestly, I'm with you. I think if Brock Purdy finishes that game, I think San Francisco could do that. You know,
A healthy Brock
a
Purdy.
healthy Brock Purdy, because he finished the game, but he couldn't even throw the ball. But
Yeah, which was sad.
that said, I don't know.
And again, this is going to, there's still two great teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah,
And I'm rooting for KC.
for sure.
Because again, the Philadelphia fans don't deserve a Super Bowl victory at all.
I just don't want to see
At
anybody
all.
in the NFC East be happy ever, unless it's the Giants.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to see Dallas
The
be
New York
good.
Giants are the only team in the NFC East that
And I-
deserve.
I told you, the Commanders, they're not a real team, so like I don't even.
No.
And it's not their fault.
No,
Their
they're-
owner is.
I'm surprised you're calling them the Commanders. I call them the Washington Commodes.
Well, I know their nickname is the Commies, and that's special. Like, I don't know who came up with the Commanders. They should have just stayed with the Washington football team. That actually sounds kind of dope. The Commanders sound stupid. Their uniforms are stupid.
Yeah.
Their owner is the worst. Like, I mean,
I'm pretty sure they're pushing him out. He's gone soon.
yeah, he's
He'll be
on his
gone
way.
soon.
What's his name is trying to buy him? Jeff Bezos, which I think is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos and that devil worshiper Jay-Z is supposed to be kicking in too.
I think it's interesting to see. I don't know. Because the NFL is like, it's like the NBA where it's got a cap. So being the richest dude don't matter. You know, like Steve Ballmer with the Clippers is the richest owner in the NBA, but like, it ain't like he can do more with his money. You know, so it only. So I mean, yeah, it just depends on like, I don't know. I just don't want to see anybody in the NFC East do well. I just don't. So, you know, and hey, that's like I said, all due respect, I think the Eagle players are fantastic. A bunch of those dudes are some of my favorites. I love Jalen Hurts, love his story, love Miles Sanders, love Darius Slay, love Bradbury, former Giant. You know,
There's talk we might try to get him back.
I understood that when that happened. That was just money. We just couldn't afford it. You know, and it's not fair to ask him to take like a super haircut. Like, you can't. He's too good of a player, you know. And I know they didn't want to lose him.
There's talk of
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's talk of possibly getting him back. Tomlinson, the defensive tackle.
Oh, Dalvin Tomlinson? Nice. Wouldn't mind him coming home.
There's also talk that they were looking at that inside linebacker from Tennessee, David Long.
Okay.
Do you know anything about it? I hear he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
He's
him.
pretty solid. Did you see?
But they say he would fit in.
Oh yeah, he'd be perfect with us. That's what we need. We need interior linebackers. I don't mind like our edge rushers or anything like that. I think we're solid outside. I think we just need some interior linebackers. I think Michael McFadden's going to be good. It's just he's a rookie, man. It showed. I mean, he beat out Tay Crowder.
We'll see.
Tay Crowder's not even on the team no more. So, did you see that? Brandon Ayuk. Did you hear what he said about Philly and like how he thinks Kansas City's going to expose them?
Oh, really?
And they're saying that he's just bitter because they lost. But no, this is the best part. So somebody photoshopped a picture of him in a Giants uniform, and he liked the post. I was like, oh, I think Brandon, you want to come to New
Dude,
York,
I
man?
told you there's talk.
I want T.
Either
Higgins
we're going
too,
to
though.
try to,
I want T. Higgins.
those are the two guys we're either going to try to make a play for. Those two guys, either T. Higgins or Ike.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think Sean Payton is going to fare over at Denver with your boy Russell the Bum Wilson?
Okay, so this is the thing. Yes, Russ is a square. We know that he's an L7. But Russ he's had a great career, man. And he's getting a coach that can give him the infrastructure he needs to be successful. Like Pete Carroll did. Pete Carroll, I don't want to say protected him, but Pete Carroll built such a thing around him to where all you really got to do is go in there and just do your part. Bro, the reason they lost the Super Bowl to New England on the goal line is because, we want Russ to be the guy. You got beast mode, bro. You need 1 yard. I don't even know if it was a full yard. It might have been inches. Get that ball to Marshawn Lynch. Get your second Super Bowl. Get up out of here. But they wanted Russ to, this is like, let Russ cook all this nonsense. I'm not with that. I'm like, Russ's best moments in his career is with the Legion of Boom and beast mode. So go get him a running back, or your running game is fine. I think the running back, Devontae Williams, is decent. He's pretty good. Get your defense. Let's keep stacking on that. You got decent receivers. Jerry Judy's cool, Sutton's cool.
Mm-hmm. The results of that game alone,
Mm-hmm.
does it make you question whether or not the NFL is scripted? Think of how that game ended with him throwing that interception at the goal line when you have beast mode.
That was I just think that was just Seattle getting cute. I felt like, we got this in the bag. We could just do whatever we want. I don't know why they thought that, but
That's what they want us to believe.
listen, as far as Sean Payton with Russ, we've seen Sean Payton do well with a short quarterback before. Granted, Drew Brees is a legend. And
Yes, he
he's got
is.
a laser accuracy. I think Russ is pretty accurate.
Yes, he does.
But
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
look, why would Pete Carroll in Seattle let him go
Without,
if he
No
was still
fight.
any good?
they didn't even fight for him. You're right. I don't know. They saw something. They said Gino could come in here and do exactly what you did.
They're like, yo, Geno Smith is better than you at this point. You're no longer of any use. You've become a bum. You suck. So here you go.
Hey, man, this man got a quarter bill, bro.
I mean, I'm not hating. I'm not hating on that,
No, I
man.
was-
Get that money.
No, yeah, I'm saying, but it looks bad. It looks like the worst contract in the NFL right now. That's what it looks like. I'm not going to say that it is that. But if this thing with Sean Payton gets off to a rocky start, he might need to find a way to get Russ up out of there, because it ain't Sean Payton. It ain't him. So if it gets bad, like, it's Russ, then we got to make a contingency. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how he fares this coming year. We'll see how he fares.
It's in a rough division, though, too. Like, the division with Pat Mahomes and Herbert. That's tough, man. The Raiders should be better. I don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback or whatever. Still got Devontae
I did
Adams.
see Derek Carr's challenge.
He
Like,
balled
oh,
out.
look at that. He actually can throw the ball.
He balled
But yet
out.
he can't get the ball to Devontae Adams.
They're saying that they're trying to get Aaron Rodgers in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you put Aaron Rodgers in Vegas now. They still need to fix that offensive line, but that's pretty good, though.
Yeah, because he's got Devontae, Renfro. If Waller's punk ass could stay healthy.
Darren Waller's so
And
talented.
then
He's so talented. He just can't stay healthy. It's such a shame.
And then you got a beast of a running back. So, I mean, that'd be a perfect fit for. They fix the offensive line and bring in Aaron. Dude, there's no reason why they're not in the AFC or in the AFC, conference championship competing with either Kansas City
Mhm.
or Buffalo.
Or Cincy. Cincinnati
Yes.
ain't going nowhere. That boy Joe Burrow said
No.
the entire career, that's how long our window's open. Our window's open as long as I'm playing football. I love that. I love that mentality.
And as long as they protect the man, I don't see one. Oh, so Mixon had something going on where he had,
Yeah, I saw that.
but I think I read where the charges were dropped. Man,
Yes.
these guys,
But
boy.
that was the thing with him in college, though. He had some kind of issues. That's why he fell to like the second or third round. Because you see
Oh,
how good,
really?
you see how good he is. He was a first round
Yes.
pick, but he has some kind of issues off the field that made him fall in the draft. So I don't know, man.
He wasn't out there murdering anybody like Hernandez, right?
Nah, he wasn't killing people. He might have been
Hopefully.
abusing people. He was killing anybody. Nah, we
It
see
was
that
just
fight.
shocking, man.
Hernandez, that was crazy. That dude was out there.
Have you watched that documentary?
No, I haven't seen it. But I know this dude was
I
out
haven't
here
seen it
catching
either. I haven't
passes in the
checked.
Super Bowl and killing people on the weekend, bro. That's crazy. Didn't it date back to college where he was doing stuff like this?
Dude, they knew he would. Dude, Urban Meyer knew what he was doing back in college.
Bro, think about that Gators team, though. Everybody on that Gators team was wild.
Beastly.
Except
Who
Tebow.
was-
Tebow's the only one. He's a good Christian boy. Everybody else in that team was wild. Percy Harvin smoking that loud all day. Remember, he had the
Well, he had
headaches.
migraine issues.
Yeah, he had the migraine, so he had to smoke that stuff.
And who was the racist wide receiver?
Riley Cooper.
Yeah.
Riley Cooper was nice too, man. He was nice. That's
Yes, he
what's
was.
sad. That's what those sad. He called what?
Yes, he was.
He said it to his face too. I was like, damn. And then he gonna come out and apologize. But you know what? Back to what you were talking about earlier. He got a slap on the wrist, and yes, he got taken out the league because the backlash was so bad. But that's all it was gonna be. Was just gonna be an apology. Remember Mike Vick and all those guys were like, we accept him as our brother. But I'm like, Mike, think about what you did and how they did you.
They ran you through and granted, what he did was heinous.
It
What Mike
was.
Vick did
It
was
was
heinous,
very awful.
But Mike Vick did his time,
Mm-hmm.
got out. But I mean, dude, there wasn't a time that they didn't throw his name on. As long as the athlete is black, they're going to run their name through the mud.
If they make a mistake, yeah.
No matter how big or small. But if they're white,
But you know
they'll
what?
try to sweep that shit right under the rug.
That's a testament to like dudes like Patrick Mahomes, knock on wood, or like a LeBron James, like these dudes, especially like a LeBron. He's been in the league so long and there's never been scandals with him. The only scandals has been like his play on the court and like whether he be crying about calls or building super teams, but it's never
Him
about,
being bitch made because he is a bitch.
but there's never nothing about him doing something crazy off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kept himself like out of that kind of limelight because like you said, had he misstepped at any point, they gonna kill you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they killed the GOATs. Like Deion Sanders was getting criticized back in the day for how flashy and how he was. But not everybody does that. Allen Iverson, they changed rules because of him. But that's the culture. It's like, I don't know, man. I give the NFL and the NBA a little credit for like trying to match the times, but at the same time, it's like you gotta take a lot of steps back just to go 2 steps forward. You take 3 or 4 steps back. And it's like, how's it like your leagues are mostly black? Like you need to be, I don't want to say like catering, but you need to at least listen to your players and listen to the culture of what the world is living. Like, I'm like, you remember a couple of years ago, you couldn't even celebrate. You know, you couldn't even do an end zone dance. You can now, like, you can do these kind of things, which is awesome because these dudes out there having fun, man. They're playing a game. Like, let's have fun. Like, that's the point.
And getting into the end zone, you know,
It's very rare, evidently.
you're not guaranteed getting into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. let him have a little celebration.
Bro, running
You know,
backs.
I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care for the excessive celebration, but celebrate.
Bro, running backs, we have
But I mean, dude,
ru- carries that have
hmm
like 10 touchdowns. Like, that's insane, bro. You touch the ball 300 times, you only get in there 10 times. Like, I'm going to dance every single time I get there. I'm hitting a gritty. I'm doing all that. Everything. Anything you could think of, I'm doing. You're getting that inside.
because look at it this way. Think of how the NFL shitted on Colin Kaepernick for kneeling. When every time Tim Tebow scored a touchdown, he kneeled.
Even Kaepernick's a sore subject for me because dating back to 2016, I was always on that with him because when he explained what he was kneeling for, I hate that people were like, oh, it disrespects the flag. Oh, it disrespects the military. He was speaking to generals about what he was kneeling for because these guys thought the same thing. It was disrespectful. And then he talked to them and they're like, nope, I understand where he's coming from. I'm tired of black people getting murdered by police and nobody's doing anything. So until that stops, I'm going to kneel because that flag does not represent us. Not fully. Granted, we got it better than our parents did and then their parents did. That's fine. But are we where we need to be as a country? Absolutely not. So what Kaepernick was talking about, I love that it's cool and accessible now. Everybody kneels and it's fine. But you blackball this man to where he'll never play in the league again. And I don't want to hear this whole, oh, he wasn't great his last season playing. That 49ers team was terrible. And he was actually pretty damn good. And look at the game today. Tell me Kaepernick wouldn't be Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson with the, you know what I'm saying? With the offense like dictated his way. His arm was pretty decent. Nah, he wasn't the most accurate, but his arm was good. He's super athletic. He was smart with the ball. The dude took them to the Super Bowl, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken, that was him. He took over for
can't
Alex
remember.
Smith that year and was in the Super Bowl against Baltimore when the lights went out. And then almost came back and won that game. Like, and then like 2 years later, he's out the league. Like, come on, man. And they're like, oh, I know he sued the NFL. Yeah, I would have too. Because his career is over. You know?
Yeah.
And I
It cost him money.
And I give Nike credit too, because Nike jumped on that and they stood with him. And I appreciated that. To the company that big, knowing that you're going to take some hits for doing this. No, but at the same time, it's like, bro, we're still going to make all our money. But this is actually the right thing to do. I love that.
Surprising of Nike, considering how they shit on Kyrie.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought Kyrie up.
I'm quick to shit on Kyrie.
I feel like I don't agree with that. Their take with Kyrie because, again, I don't know what Kyrie did that was so wrong. I understand that he didn't explain it more and like say, oh, I'm not anti-Semitic. I understand he didn't say these actual words. But what he did say was he was trying to find like our people, like what we are and where we come from. I thought that's what the purpose of what he was sharing this movie for. Why isn't Amazon taking?
Yeah, all he did was share a link, and then all of a sudden he had to explain himself. He had to bend over backwards, and all this other bullshit gets suspended.
Why does Amazon still have this movie on Prime Video? If it's documentary, like it's such a
you don't
bad
hear
thing.
anybody shitting on Amazon.
I'm saying it's such a terrible thing. It's so anti-Semitic. It's so anti-Jewish. Why is it still accessible? I'm confused by that. I don't understand.
And I need to check that out too, because from what I've been told, there's nothing anti-Semitic about that documentary. So it's just folks trying to keep us misinformed.
True.
By discrediting folks that are trying to shine a light on things.
Shout out to Kyrie, man. He gonna go ham in Dallas. That's what I think. Him and Luka. It don't look right.
Him and Luka gonna do it up.
Like, it don't look right when you look at it on the surface, but I think it's gonna be dynamic, bro. Like, I think it's gonna, like, defensively, okay, it's gonna be some It's going to be harder. But offensively, what you going to do? You know Kyrie can spot up and shoot. And now Luka don't have to do all the work. Hey,
I think we should call that duo Ebony and Ivory.
hey, I'm with it, bro. Luka nice. Luka's like,
You know what kills me? His moves look so slow.
it does, bro.
But they're so fucking effective.
So effective. It's like almost like Dirk was. It's like, how is Dirk getting away with this shit? Like, how is he getting away with this?
And like, he doesn't look as sloppy as Paul Pierce used to. Because, Paul Pierce looks sloppy, but his game is fucking effective.
It's like Harden. So it's like a right-handed Harden. But
yeah.
even Harden had a little bit of like something to it. Like Luka looked legitimately slow. They're like, it don't look like it should work, but it works, bro.
Every time. And the way he catches folks is just...
Bro, Luka putting up 40, 50, 60-point games, man. Like, it's nothing.
Now that we're on ball, we won't have too much time to dwell on it, but what's your take on John Morant? I'll tell you right now, my wife can't stand him.
Okay. This is where I'm at. I think John Morant, as a basketball player, can do things that, for his size, never seen before. I think it's fantastic. I'm on the record saying this. My spicy take. I fucking hate the Grizzlies. I hate the Grizzlies. I hate what they stand for. I hate how arrogant they are. Like we're a dynasty. You dudes ain't won nothing. Y'all can't even beat Golden State in the regular season, let alone the playoffs. Are you like, I'm confused by where is this like unfounded confidence? Like, it's good to believe in yourself and like, yo, this is like we up and coming. But like, then you gotta be realistic. Like, you dudes ain't done nothing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Your best player, I think John's fantastic. I think he's fantastic. And I've watched interviews with him and I actually do like, I get where he's coming from because like he did go to like a small junior college or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got like that Dame Lillard, like, I'm an underdog. I gotta be tough. I'm undersized, all that good stuff. But I fucking hate Memphis. I hate everything about the Grizzlies.
I can't
stand.
I used to like Ja until I just noticed, like, why are you trying to act like a thug on the court? Play ball.
And boy is dirty as shit. Dylan Brooks is the dirtiest player in the league.
Yeah.
By far.
Dylan Brooks is the biggest bum.
That shit he did to Gary Payton II last year
was filthy.
I loved when Clay hit that shot on him and was like in his space while he was on the ground. I loved that. Clay got a technical and everything. I loved it.
When he pulled that dirty shit on Payton, I was like, oh, dear God, why couldn't I be in the same city as Dylan Brooks just so I could introduce a baseball bat to his kneecaps? Like, that was the dirty, like, he's just dirty. He's just a bum. Like, dude.
You see what he did with Donovan
Mitchell? How you got to the...
A couple of weeks ago.
Last week. How you got to the NBA is beyond me. He's just a fucking bum. Dylan Brooks is just a fucking bum.
He's just out here doing dumb shit.
Nothing else can be
said. Not even basketball plays. Those are just dirty plays. Like, I can't. But I don't like
ready to
like, nothing about that team. I just can't. Can't with him. Now, if they go out and win a title this year or something, good for them. And then, like, I give them their credit. But they talk a lot. For a team that hasn't done anything, they got a lot to talk about. Like,
but hey, we got we're getting ready to wrap things up.
Yeah, man.
We got Kansas City winning the Super Bowl, folks.
Kansas City. Let's go, Patrick.
Hopefully you guys are rooting for KC too. Fuck the Eagles. # fuck the Eagles. You was coming back this week, so
let's see what Joe Goldberg gets into.
That. We haven't discussed The Last of Us, so we're going to discuss The Last of Us as well. So hopefully everybody's all caught up. Senor Marcus.
Oh, I'm there. I'm ready.
Right on. So guys, please like, subscribe. Check us out. You can listen to us on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeart, Amazon Music. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Comment.
And thank you. Like, subscribe, and everything.
Like, subscribe, comment. interact with us.
Yeah, if you have any questions,
to
feel
us.
free. Leave a
Open
question in the
up.
comment area. Yes, sir. So you guys have a good one. Thanks
Sure.
for joining us. See you soon. Peace.